carbonated water and whether or not it's beneficial. So I'm going to read off his scenario here, and then you can give me some insight on it. So he had mentioned that he uses carbonated water to water his plants, and that carbonated water lowers the pH drastically to 4 to 6 pH. He had to up the pH to over 10 pH to get close to his liking. So he dumped a bunch of pH up in there and was wondering if that's safe to use. Also wondering when the carbonation wears off, will the water's pH shoot back up to 10 pH? So I might have read that a little bit wrong, but basically he's seeing these pH adjustments with adding carbonated water in there. So can you give us some insight on carbonated water, whether or not it's beneficial to use within the grow?
Yeah, carbonated water is not beneficial to use in a grow. There's a couple of reasons for this. The primary reason is that carbonated water contains CO2, and CO2 inside of the water likes to not stay in the water, so it goes up and out of the water. So these swings in pH actually follow this equilibrium between carbonic acid that's dissolved inside of the solution or the liquid phase, and then the CO2 that's being spontaneously off-gassed. This is actually why, this is the same exact phenomena why if you open up a can of soda on a hot summer day, well, first off, all carbonated beverages are pressurized. The reason that they're pressurized is because if they're not pressurized, the CO2 wants to leave. In a normal atmospheric setting, just like outdoors, or even just sitting inside of a living room, because we're not in a pressurized environment, anytime that we have CO2 present inside of a liquid solution, the natural default tendency is, or the default state is for that CO2 to escape back out into the atmosphere. So this is why the pH swings, because initially you have a high concentration of carbonic acid that's present, which lowers the pH, and then if you just let that can of soda or carbonated water sit out for long enough, it will eventually go completely flat. It'll still have, it'll be mildly acidic, but the point is that the CO2 doesn't want to stay in there, so it doesn't really serve a benefit to the plants. Also, it's worth mentioning that the oxygen that's present, that's attached to the carbon, is what creates an energy draw on the plants. They have to use the power of the sun to break that oxygen off of the carbon. So it's not like you're doing the plants any favors by watering in CO2. It'd be better to have, instead of the oxidized carbon or the one that has the oxygen, it'd be better to have reduced carbon, meaning no oxygen inside of it. Things like organic acids are a really good example of this, because they already have that power, that energy is already kind of built into the bond that the molecule has with, the carbon-based molecule has a particular amount of power that's stored inside of it, or energy that's stored inside of it. The other thing to consider too is that oftentimes carbonated water can interact adversely with minerals, like calcium, for example. You can start to form bicarbonate residues in the soil, and the buildup of bicarbonate can actually be quite harmful. This is why when you look at applying things like oyster shell meal or crab shell meal, or any kind of shell meal that's a calcium rich, even eggshells from chickens, they have the same problem of the carbonate there is not very conducive to plant biochemistry, nor is it conducive towards soil chemistry. And a lot of times it's just kind of like it binds up and ties minerals in a way that makes them less available for plants to take up. Bicarbonate residues can also drive the pH up as well. This is why oftentimes I see well water that has a high pH. Well water can be alkaline. The pH sometimes can be 8 or 9 because there's calcium in the present, calcium is present inside of that well water, but it's specifically in the form of calcium carbonate or calcium bicarbonate. There are these various carbonate molecules attached to the calcium or the magnesium or the potassium that make it a little bit less soluble overall. So it could be a little bit of a problem more than it is a good way to deliver carbon to the plants. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of bicarbonates and actually a lot of sodium in my tap water, and that increases my pH. And I didn't really know the impact of it at first. I mean, I tried to use my tap water before. I wanted to be more eco-friendly here using the tap water instead of having to use RO, which does produce some wastewater, which I actually use that in my outdoor garden, so I'm not truly wasting it. But having the sodium and bicarbonates in it screwed up my plants, so I'm never using those ever again. I'm forced to kind of filter it out. And I feel like bicarbonates kind of sneak in people's regimen in a sense in their source of water, right? So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that and called that one out. This clip is brought to you by Happy Hydro. For all your garden equipment needs, visit happyhydro.com, link is in the video description, and use the discount code MrGrowIt.